Hello, dear friends. Pastor David Salazar here with Bruce Fernandez. What a blessing it is, Bruce, to finally, in a sense, end this GYC with this recap of what has happened in this last day. And tell us briefly, what are we going to share today in our last day?
They're going to be sharing insights on next year's GYC and where it's going to be and how exciting it is to have you being there also. For the maybe it's going to be your first time, or maybe it's going to be the consecutive GYCs that you're going to attend. But something that's very interesting here is that this GYC, there's many people who come here who have attended that are first timers, and it's such a blessing to see that.
Absolutely. As long as you go through all the exhibits, all the ministries, and you reach a lot of people, you meet a lot of young people, and many of them have said to me, Pastor, this is my first GYC. I am excited. I can't wait for next year's. I actually have been impressed, have been overjoyed, have been surprised to see that this is something that can happen, and I'm so happy that I came. I look forward to the next one, and I want to share with others. Somebody was telling me, I want other churches to know about GYC. I want young people to know, to understand, to come. And I have tried. As a matter of fact, I tried in Fresno, sharing and trying to reach, but many of them were like, it's too far, it's too, it's in Orlando. But I believe that by God's grace, many are going to see the wonderful blessing that GYC is, and are going to make that decision to be at next year's GYC.
And it's interesting too, because it usually falls on a holiday, which is New Year, and it's a lot of sacrifice to do that, because for the most part, you might want to spend it with family, you might want to spend it elsewhere, go places. But being here is something special, because that level of sacrifice that you put out just to spend time with God, with the amount of youth that are here, it's going to be a phenomenal experience. So we are sad that GYC is over, but we are looking forward to the next one. Hi there, GYC friends. I am here with my friends here from the GYC exhibit. As you can see, there's a lot of people behind us, and they are from a specific ministry. Now tell us a little about, tell your name and where you're from, and what is your ministry about?
Yeah, so my name is Dailene Patino, and I'm from Colombia originally. I'm working with Total Wellness.
My name is Rena Davis. I'm from London, but I'm here in Virginia with Total Wellness also.
Yes. So basically our ministry seeks to do what this one quote says, is like Christ's method alone will give true success in reaching the people. So we seek to mingle among men, we seek to show interest in their things, try to provide healing and for them to experience wholeness. So we do anything from, Christian help work to health ministries to just doing nice things for people, like cooking for them and visiting them whenever they need help with anything. And then sharing with them and connecting with them with the love of God and the truth, that practical truth of Christianity that is found in the Bible.
And we believe in the method, the model of Christ, which is preaching, teaching, and healing. But Christ's ministry was so much more than just talking to people. It was also mingling with people. It was running a school of 12 ragamuffins. And it was also, him going to dinner parties. And so we've been learning about how all the gifts that God gives us in ministry can be combined and in comprehensive evangelism teams to really reach people in ways that are really meaningful. So I was the cook for the 6-month program. I worked with the youth also, but I loved being in the kitchen and I loved cooking. And I didn't really understand how that was fully part of ministry, but I was like, I'm here, I'm going to do this faithfully. And one time, Dailene comes in with a contact and she tells me,
so we want you to bake a bunch of cookies and a bunch of muffins for us, and we're just going to go out and we're going to take it to everybody that we know in the community. And so she went and she found a bunch of recipes, and she didn't follow any of them, but she made really good cookies, and they were amazing. And we took them to the contacts, and literally there was this one lady that we had sold some books to, and we just show up at her doorstep with all of these cookies, and she was like, oh my goodness, literally the way to my heart is through my stomach, And so we were able to share this with her, and now we're having consistent weekly Bible studies with her. Sharing friendship. And she was saying, she's like, I've been looking for a young Christian community for a while, and you guys just showing up at my doorstep has been such an answer to prayer. So it wasn't just like one thing. It was the combination of meeting them through literature ministries, and then friendship evangelism, and just, meeting their needs, answering their questions, and, now we're having studies with them.
Yeah. So, one question, because there's a common denominator here at GYC, and this is a youth centric event. Now, how, I know you probably know the answer to this one, but for the people that are watching, how is friendship evangelism very important as a youth?
Yeah, I think that like right now we know that we're living in a world that is distinctly disconnected. We feel like we're connected because we have, social media and phones, but we are so lonely. And everybody's desire, God has made us with a desire to be known and to be loved. And I think the way that Christ reached us is by knowing us and loving us. And because he is no longer physically here, he's in us. He's in us, and we are meant to be the ones that reach other people to know them. And I think when people really experience a true love, not the kind that the world says is love, not the like fluffy, Hollywood kind, but the genuine love that says, I'm going to turn up for you, I'm going to be there when you are trying to quit cigarettes and your kids are screaming and you're losing your mind and you can't get out of bed. I'm going to be there, take them to school. That's love. And people see Christ's hand, because the average person who doesn't know Jesus isn't going to do that. But when you know Christ, the way that you turn up for people is it's sacrificial, it's loving, it's sincere, it's genuine, and it doesn't demand anything from you. And I think people aren't used to that kind of like genuine giving love, and so we have the privilege of being vessels for Christ's glory, because Christ in us is the hope of glory, right? That's the hope of glory. That's what people are going to see, him living in us and living through us and loving others in ways that only he can in us.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm reminded of that passage in Revelation that says that they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the blood of the Lamb and the word of their testimonies. And that's the truth. Is whenever we get to share what God has done specifically in our lives to others, it completely transforms the way that they see, Jesus, because no one can refute the testimony of what God has done for you, right. And that creates something in you. And so to get to share that with the youth and to get the youth to partner with us in reaching other people has just been absolutely transformative in everyone's lives.
Now, last question before the minute ends. Why is GYC so important for young people, the youth, okay? In a day and age like this where friendship evangelism is very important, how is GYC very important for that?
Absolutely. I think it's just really nice to be able to come together with a group of like-minded individuals to have so many opportunities of so many ways to get involved in ministry. And you're very unlikely to find that anywhere else, especially if you live out in the middle of nowhere, or perhaps you have a harder time, making connections with people.
Yeah, and I think, it's really easy right now to be like Elijah. It's just me, Lord, I'm the only one. But the thing is, this is proof that you're not the only one. No matter what burden is on your heart, no matter what it is that you're looking for, there is somebody else. There are multiple people somewhere else that are looking for the same thing. And I think being here is that testimony. You can find them, and God can work through all of you together.
Well, thank you, friends, for watching. We're glad that you are here with us today.
Hi, my name's Ethan.
Hello, my name is Joel.
And we are here at GYC. This is not my first time. I've been here for about 4 years, and just the experience here is so incredible. The community, the people you get to interact with here, the messages and everything. Joel, is this your first time here?
This is my first time at GYC.
So how has been your experience being a first time?
It's been great. It's been pretty fun, and I've met a lot of people. I've had a lot of good experiences. And the outreach was really fun. I enjoyed that, and I like Florida. It's pretty cool to be here, and the convention center is pretty cool too. Get to explore it, and the environment's really great. It's a lot of people though. It's crazy.
Yeah, there are a lot of people here. I heard something like 7,000 people, or
7,000?
probably more than that, which is insane. It's like one of the biggest GYCs that's been happening in a long time. Tell us a little bit about outreach. Outreach was yesterday. I personally went on the packing outreach. Where did you go?
I went to the Compassion Project. I did the new thing with salt or whatever.
Okay.
And we went to somewhere in Orlando to go help clean this homeless, not like house, but where homeless go and eat or whatever, something like that.
Yeah.
And we helped them clean their grills, their fridges, organized, throw away, just clean. And it was great.
Good,
it was interesting, and it's good to be a blessing.
Yeah, awesome. I went to the packing project. It was really fun. We packed a ton of boxes of food and all this. Yeah, I think it was really just food, but some other stuff too for prisoners. We did 8,000 bags, which is crazy. It was a lot of people there, but it was just a good experience of teamwork and community. Would you say that, because I wasn't at the homeless project, would you say that was a good team building and community experience?
It was, yeah. It's separated you into teams, and one team goes here, one team goes there, and one team cleans here, one team cleans there. It was really organized. It was really good. So yeah, it was good. I liked it.
Yeah, awesome. The seminars here have been also great too. So many different options to choose from. I personally went to Scotty Myers, who's from Little Light Studios, learned just a lot about how media affects the mind. And yeah, so the different seminars here are incredible. What would you say about like the evening meeting? Tell us just about your experience with the evening meeting. Like, how's the music, the message? Tell us about that.
Well, I enjoy the special music. There's a lot of people that played their instruments that I thought was really cool.
GYC is a really good opportunity to just be inspired, and also even to inspire other people. Like Joel was saying, being able to participate, whether it's in special music, in the choir, in the orchestra. So it's been a great opportunity to be able to do those kinds of things. And GYC just promotes young people being involved and just going forward and being able to share that message. And I mean, this year is seeing the invisible. And so all the messages, the music have all been centered around that. And it's just been a really incredible experience. And we've really loved it. Community is a huge thing here at GYC. And we love it so much. It's a great place to meet new people, to interact, and to just be a blessing. And so I guess final notes, Joel, what could we say to someone who wants to come to GYC?
Pull up. It's worth it, for sure.
100% worth it. Be blessed. You can be a blessing. And check it out, because this is an experience worth coming to, right?
And for some reason, all your friends go to GYC, so that'll help it a lot too. So.
Yeah, it's very true. So I remember whenever I was telling Joel he should come to GYC, and now we're hearing like this, I feel like you walk every corner and there's someone you know. So it's a really great experience. But anyways, this is me and Joel signing off. Have a great day.
Hi, my name is Daniel Ramirez. I'm from Miami. This is my first GYC, and the experience so far has been nothing less of a grand blessing. I honestly did not know what to expect coming to GYC for the first time, but from the seminars to the workshops, the exhibition hall, the plenary events, it has been so good for my spiritual health. I've learned so many new things, so many new methods to study the Bible, to spend time with the Lord, and on top of all that, it's been really great fellowship. I've met a lot of people my age, which is great. I don't have many friends that are my age that are in the faith that I'm in, so it's been a blessing in that way. I mean, the plenaries that we've been attending they've been a real blessing. Aside from the music and everything, it's really good to see. It's refreshing to see young individuals up there, in leadership, leading the whole event. Really, especially being a leader myself, it gives me a sense of encouragement. That I'm not the only one. Taking responsibility within our faith, and that's been very encouraging. I mean, the room has been very, very full. There's so many people inside here. I mean, this is my first one. I don't know what to compare it to, but there's so many people here that I've been able to meet. It's been really great. I went to a lot of seminars that gave me great resources. That some were on how to study the Bible. Others were on topics such as addiction by Dr. Eric Walsh. I think it's a very important topic. I also went to a seminar about Ellen G. White. So I think the biggest thing that I'm going to take home as a leader is being able to share resources. I've connected with many individuals that have their own ministries that can help other people, where maybe they're strong in an area that I'm not strong in. So I think the networking has been really good, because now I know people that maybe are specialized in certain areas, and when I have a member of my church, or maybe just have a friend that I meet, I'm able to direct them, in a direction where someone that maybe is more suited to help them with their needs, or even just more prepared to give a Bible study, or to talk about our faith and the certain nuances for our denomination. This is my first GYC. I've never seen it online. I have participated in other conferences online, and the experience when you're in person is uncomparable. I mean, you're here, you're connecting with real people. You get to make real friends. I mean, there's nothing like an in-person experience. That's why, when it comes to faith, people always say you have to have your own encounter with Jesus. because if you don't have your own encounter with Jesus, then you don't have that transformational experience. And it's the same idea here. If you're not here in person, it's not the same thing at all. You're not going to have that impact. You know, it's not going to be the same. So I encourage you to come. I encourage you to be open-minded. I mean, I didn't even know what to expect coming here, but it's been really, I would say the best, the focal point of this has been spiritual growth. And that makes me so happy because it's really what I was looking for. So it just worked out perfectly.
I'm here with my good friend Neil, and he is what's your title again?
Literature Ministries Coordinator for GYC.
Oh, that's amazing. So he's one of the outreach coordinators here at GYC. And tell me what's that like? Like, how many people attended the outreach that you coordinated?
Yeah, so this year we had approximately 750 people come out to do ministry door to door this year in Orlando, Florida.
That's amazing. And having to coordinate that, the 700 plus people, that must have been really challenging. So tell me, what's that like from a behind the scenes perspective for the people who are watching? How was that like? How many days, how many months did that take planning?
Sure. Well, this began really as soon as the last GYC ended. We start bathing the next year in prayer, so to speak, in January. We already start thinking about the literature that we're going to be giving out. The location, we start to look at the location of next GYC and look at the demographics for that, seeing who needs to be reached in this area and what literature do we have that can best reach these people. We pray about it for months on our knees, praying, God, open doors that need to be opened and shut the doors that need to shut, so that we can make sure that we get just the literature that you intend to these people this next year. So the preparation begins very early.
That is amazing. And believe it or not, this outreach to the different venues, these are all led by young people, the youth. And it's very inspiring to see that here at GYC, because GYC, believe it or not, was started by young people, right? So having you coordinate that outreach must have been amazing. So tell me, how was it like for you when you finally got everything, narrowed down? The buses are already contacted. The next thing you know, the people are here. How was that feeling like for you?
I just praise God. I give God all the glory. I'm so grateful that He used me and my team and these volunteers this year to do this great work in Orlando, Florida. I think of how in my work as a canvasser, I've seen amazing miracles. I've seen God working on the front lines at doors myself. So just thinking about the 750 people that got to experience that for themselves at GYC this year, it brings me a lot of joy. And I just praise God for the ways that He's working, not just at the homes of the people, but in the hearts of our participants who did that as well.
That's amazing. And now you mentioned that you're also into canvassing. Now tell me, as a canvasser, I'm sure there's a lot of stories you can share that were from that outreach. Can you share us one story that may have been an impactful one?
Yes, I recall I had one volunteer from my home state of California who mentioned to me before GYC that she was very much looking forward to joining the Literature Ministries this year. And I remember just seeing her here at GYC loading up on bus number 4 with the biggest smile on her face. And I remember seeing her leave at the end of the day, that same bus, coming back to the convention center, praising God, as it seems she had some powerful testimonies that she was willing to share. And I can't wait to find her later on today and see just what those were.
That's truly amazing to see young people absolutely excited to join the outreach, and especially being led by a young person, and see how God has worked through their story and how God has worked it in a way that they can, enjoy the moment, not just because they want to enjoy it and have fun, but because they're joyful that God has given them the opportunity to participate. Be sure to check out the outreach that is available here at GYC.
As the executive committee, we are excited to introduce our new theme for this year, which is one of my most favorite parts of the conference. So when we were thinking about what we wanted to discuss for next year, we wanted to focus on another pillar in the Bible. The verse that we chose is in 1 Kings chapter 19, verses 14 and 18, and it says, "And he said, I have been very zealous for the Lord God of hosts, because the children of Israel have forsaken your covenant, torn down your altars, and killed your prophets with the sword. I alone am left, and they seek my life to take it. Yet I have reserved 7,000 in Israel, all whose knees have not bowed to Baal, and every mouth that has not kissed him." Next year, we're going to focus on the life of Elijah, and our theme is going to be alone. Now, Elijah, he was alone in many different instances. He was alone when he went before Ahab and Jezebel. He was alone when he went into the wilderness. He was alone on Mount Carmel, and he was alone in Mount Horeb. In Patriarchs and Prophets, though, it says this: "He whom the whole kingdom had charged with its weight of woe is now before them, apparently defenseless in the presence of the monarch of Israel, the prophets of Baal, the men of war, and the surrounding thousands. But Elijah is not alone."
So look around you. So many of your fellow attendees here also feel alone. But let me tell you something. That is a lie. That is a lie the devil has told you to separate you from the body of the church, that you can work together to further God's kingdom. And this is what we want to focus on next year's conference, that you are never alone, that you have people around you that can support you.
Now I have the information you've all been waiting for, the location. I'm excited to announce that next year's GYC will be held in a brand new city that we've never been to before. Next year's GYC will be held in Salt Lake City, Utah. The dates will be December 30 to January 3rd, 2026. We look forward to seeing you all there.
We are excited to, in a sense, end this GYC recap. And it's sad at the same time, of course, Ruth, but what a blessing it is to know now that we have something good looking forward to, and that is GYC 2026 in Salt Lake City.
And the theme of this new GYC at 2026 is called Alone. And there's a Bible verse that goes along with that word. It's found in 1 Kings 19:18, and the context of it is interesting. Now, Pastor, tell us the context of that Bible verse.
Absolutely. That is an interesting concept, alone. This is actually the experience or the feeling that Elijah had when he had to flee from Jezebel. And as he had come to the Lord and Mount Sinai, and the Lord asked him, "Why are you here, Elijah?" He said, I'm alone. I have been left without anyone else. And that was his feeling, that was his experience. And then the Lord in verse 19 says, "Look, I have 7,000 who have not kneeled nor kissed Baal." And so it is the response to that feeling, to that experience, to that sense of not having the support that he wanted to have, that God tells him, "No, I assure you, there are more who are standing firm and who are not also giving in to what the world does." So I think it's a beautiful experience, a wonderful theme that we need to look forward to, as we're going to see how you, who may feel alone at times, who may feel that you're not really have the support of others, you might actually see that GYC can bring that and can make a difference in equipping you and making you sure that you are never alone, that God is with you and that there are others who are also walking along the same path.
And that being said, here at GYC, we are definitely not alone, because there's a lot of youth and supporters and many friends with the ministries around us here in the exhibit hall. We are here with that one mission, and that mission is to spread the gospel out there.
Absolutely. And, you know, I am Pastor David Salazar from SUMtv, and one of the ministries that have been here to support and collaborate with GYC. Bruce, you are also from SUMtv. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm the videographer at SUMtv, and I'm here just getting testimonies from the different ministries and from the different attendees that come at GYC, and getting to meet them. It's just an amazing experience.
Absolutely. So we look forward to continue to work together with GYC to support this wonderful mission and this wonderful organization. And again, we look to see you here next year at GYC 2026.